Pleasure.
Thank you.
Did you get everything? She
Retired. Oh, that's changed.
Now.
Oh, okay, we're moving to ordinance 631. Okay, and let's see, Emily, Pioneer, Heather McAvoy, and Adams, and Brenda, and Julie, and Benny. Good. Okay, so I'm going to welcome the guests, including Ben, and ask if there's any public comment from Ben or from anyone in the group that they can actually public comment. Okay, and introduce yourself and give us some idea.
Well, yes, I'm happy to do that. My name is Benjamin Fall. I'm the new elected Ward 4 alderman. And this is my first one of these. And so I'm kind of picking up in real time what's happening and looking for any input that you all might have, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And happy to be here.
Yeah, and what other committees, what committees are you on?
I'm on the Finance and Audit Committee, the Public Safety and General Government, and then Police Commission. Midtown Business Alliance, and probably here for the CAC.
Great. Okay, because
If you want to know what the CAC is,
I would love a print.
you want to do that, or you want me to do that?
well, I was just trying to find our mission, so I can. Is the mission on the sheet?
Okay, so that's too far on the bottom of the agenda.
Yeah, looking for me.
That's six. Yeah, there's also credits. So I assume.
Um,
I'm happy to be.
okay,
And the CAC formed in 2008, November of 2008. Our first meetings in January 2009.
Okay.
And it formed. It was the first of the environmental boards that was formed, and every municipality in New York State is permitted to have a conservation advisory council under New York State general municipal law. So CACs, as they're called, and there's 16 of them in our county. So most municipalities have one. Some of us call ourselves CACs, others may call themselves environmental commissions or other things, but they are municipally appointed. I vote as volunteer. I'm not a voting member and staff liaison, although I was the chair for a really long time. But now I'm not a member of the staff liaison. There's also a statewide organization called NISAC, New York State Association of Conservation Commissions, and I serve on that. But that oversees all the CACs. So CACs vary around the state. Some of them are the only environmental presence in a community, so they may be doing everything from like tree plantings to, climate change, anything related to the environmental work. We have a unique situation here in the city in that we have environmental staff on staff, so the CAC doesn't need to do the work that a lot of CACs do in other municipalities. But the basis of why CACs were formed is actually to do land use and development reviews for municipalities. So it is advisory only. And there is an opportunity for CACs to become non-advisory, to become regulatory, if the municipality chooses to do so. Right now, the way that it's set up is that this CAC reviews developments that come before the planning board that we feel are within our purview, and just advise on it. The developments don't have to go through the CAC for review. This is an additional service, I guess, that we provide to the planning board. Should the city decide, hey, we want all development reviews to go before the CAC, that could modify this board to become what's called a conservation board, and it would then become regulatory. It's not common around the state for that to be the case, and we haven't felt like there's an appetite in the city to do that, especially because we already have a good relationship with the planning board. If we already have that amicable relationship, that if we don't feel like there needs to be another like regulatory environment that the CAC review developments.
I see.
But we'll go over in our annual report today the things that the CAC generally does, and actually it's the perfect time to go over the annual report to give you hey, this is really quick, 101 of what CACs do.
Great.
Ours is much, it's not much, it is significantly different than others around the state because there is paid staff doing the work that most other CACs do.
I see.
In addition to the Conservation Advisory Council in Kingston, there's also a separate board called Climate Smart Kingston Commission. And that is also advisory, and that is the board that enacts the climate action plan. So that would be everything from, solid waste management work to renewable energy to repair cafes, basically all programmatic work.
Yeah.
This is more of a land use review and conservation organization.
And we are trying to, figure out how we can be a little bit more action oriented in terms of educating about certain topics. And some of the things that have spun off from us is, first of all, the climate smart spun off from us.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing that work and then, and some other work, and then we decided to have a climate smart. And climate smart is a statewide thing where you get claims and you get noticed, and there's work that you work on, and plus not just also carrying out the climate action plan for the city of Kingston. And then the other thing that's spun off from us is, is the community preservation advisory board.
Okay.
And that is where there's a real estate transfer tax that is anything that sells above the mean selling price. People pay what percentage? 1.25? 1.25 in taxes, and it goes to a fund to buy open space. And that is a really new thing. It was on the people passed it, the city of Kingston voters passed it in November 2024, and it got, and then it got implemented January 1st or something, 2025. And Kevin and Jen are on that board. But the point is that one of our jobs is to help preserve open space. And we've done all this work since 2008. So now we actually have money to preserve open space. So that's really exciting. And it's from the work that built up. And as Julie said, Julie does a lot of the work, including applying for grants. Whereas if like the town Hurley, if they want to get someone to help them do a natural resources inventory, if they want to get a consultant, they've got to write the grant and then write and, do all this work that we look at these kinds of things, but we don't, we're not saying they're working on it, and a lot of towns that have people that, volunteers that have GIS, that are doing mapping and things like that, and we're fortunate that we don't have to do that, so,
There are residency requirements for this board, and there's, per general municipal law, it can have between 3 and 9, people sitting on it. Right now, there are 5, so there's 4 vacancies.
Okay.
yeah, we are definitely looking for some people, let me see what else. Yeah, so, I think that's, yeah, I mean, I don't know, do you want to know about us? Like,
Make an individual.
yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's time, I don't know how big the agenda is or how long, but I'm definitely interested and appreciate all the help and input.
Well, I think it's probably important to the context of who we are. Just like we want to know who you are.
Yeah,
What okay. Here.
I lived in the city for 40 years. I worked initially to have recycling as a community member like in 1987 or so. And I've been involved kind of off and on ever since. I used to work for the Research Recovery Agency of Ulster County, and I worked for the state for the Hudson River National Ocean Research Reserve. So I know a lot about what's going on in the Hudson and anyway, I'm also on the Ulster County Environmental Management Council, which is made up of members of all the CACs in the county.
Okay.
So I represent that, us Kingston on that. And let me see, I'm retired now, but I don't even remember how long I've been on this.
You're in your 7th term.
So
It's from the other term.
I'm not in your ward.
I'm also not your lawyer, but I moved here in 2023. Joined this in 2024, and I work for Windy Land Trust, which is a land trust based in Rhinebeck. I do everything from managing the land that we own to acquiring land to all the tunnels around preserves. It's kind of just of it.
Great.
Yeah, I'm also on the Kingston Land Trust Board. I'm their longest running member. And I've served in almost every capacity except for board chair, which we will not do. So, yeah, but I'm still active with that. I'm also on the Landmarks Commission. I'm on the Climate Commission. I'm a non-voting member over there. I was a voting member for many years, but it's just time constraints. It's a non-voting member. So you see me up there for that board on the Zoom call.
Okay.
If you attend that meeting, you'll see me, but you won't see me here, you'll see me there. And, I think my wife's family was active in real estate in Manhattan. And, I worked with them for many, many years. I'm still involved with that. And I tried to take what we could figure out from, land use matters that I learned down there and apply them here. Hence the Land Trust and the Community Preservation Advisory Board and Open Space Plan and Natural Resource Enterprise. Only corporate units.
Brandon Walsh. I moved up here 3 years ago to the board to get my master's in environmental policy, and through that ended up working with Julie in the city on the composting program. And I joined this board a year and 2 weeks ago. Now I work for the Ulster County Department of the Environment.
Okay.
I'm Julie Noble. I am the project manager in the Parks and Recreation Department who focuses on sustainability work. One title. That's my title.
Okay.
I'm really the sustainability coordinator for the city. I've lived in the city for 45 years and I've worked for the city my entire life. Since 98 when I graduated from high school and I formed CAC. My colleague and husband at the time, so And I manage all of the mitigation, adaptation, and resiliency work for the city. So that liaison to this board, the conservation, or the Climate Smart Kingston Commission, and the reservation investor board. But basically I do project management.
Great, thanks, Julie.
I have a much less impressive resume. I just happen to own a house here. And I like Kingston, so I'm just trying to figure out a way to give back, I suppose, about the, same.
So you do, but you do know, like, graphics or marketing or something.
Not too much marketing, but I'm a sculptor. I work for a foundry way down in Newburgh, but I like trees and I just want to make sure that there's plenty of, green spaces and open spaces for everyone. So, but it's like, contribute back recent products that I'm going to be raising a kid here. So I want to make sure that it's as good as it can be. So,
Thank you all, I really appreciate it. Appreciate that, thanks for having me here. And
You're welcome, and I also wanted to say that the reason I asked you what commission or other things you're on is the public safety is what we report to. So I go to those meetings and on the top of the agenda, I give like a 5-minute report and then I leave. But I usually attend in person and just to update people. And so also, usually if we are looking for some activity, we could, or some action, we could talk to public safety. Like, I think we hit the landfill beach recently, and we don't have to go into that, but, some, whether we're trying to pass a law or, just have some kind of resolution that's, normalizing an issue or something. But then the common council or public safety can ask us to do something too.
We do a lot of policy and legislation development, but then ultimately becomes resolution to laws.
Okay,
Like one of the recent ones is idling, not that recent, but anyway, we got the city to pass an anti-idling law. So. Okay, so, with public comments, so we will go, notification, are there any notifications to the agenda? Did you want to do anything with the, Ryan, did you want to talk about the?
Group or your letters. I don't know that there's necessarily much for us to do. Maybe I'll send another email, maybe we can talk about it next meeting. I don't think there's anything urgent we need to do.
All right, thank you. Annual elections. Oh my gosh, okay. So, shall we prepare the slate? And we have nominations for the chair and the secretary.
I nominate Emily for chair and Kevin for secretary.
All right. Are there any other nominations?
Somebody want to read the ones? Hasn't been high, it's too great, but it is. That's why silences we can.
Okay, second on the nominations then?
I second that.
Okay, can we vote for the slate?
Who did the first?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Jen. Can we vote for the slate then? Okay, so, all in favor of Emily Hauser as chair and Kevin McAvoy as secretary?
Got it.
I guess we can all vote.
Right, so Commissioner Apostle, choose to accept this mission. So just be aware, these are not lifetime appointments. Yeah, I'm on another board in New York City, the housing board, and I've been on it since 1984.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no,
I'm
but
done.
we can't get somebody else to do it, and it would be a different story, walk topic.
Yeah, it's very interesting though. Okay, reviewing approval of the December 2025 meeting minutes. I did have one change. Julie, you sent out some letters, and I would like to have that put into the air quality part. You sent letters to, schools about anti-idling. So I'd just like to add that,
Yeah, so we have it in the air quality section if you want to add Julie.
issue, letters to the,
All building principals, PTA, chairs, the district superintendent, informing them of the anti-idling law and including the anti-idling the caution. Okay.
That wasn't in version two, right? Yeah, one minute, so, okay.
I didn't want to send you a version.
Okay, so.
And
I was just caught Maria's Maria's first name on it under number 10.
That looks like a lot of.
Oh, there are another, there's actually 2 10s. Nope. There's an updates, it's 9, but it's listed as 10.
yeah, because I deleted an entire one from.
Oh, okay, well, I usually go back and sort that,
Yeah.
but the comments, like, well, anybody here else's comments, I usually check all that at the end. So, there was some really decent living.
Reports and updates says Roman numeral 10.
Oh, yeah, so the
It
line,
says,
okay, so that should be 9.
yeah.
We could split the one and.
How was Maria's name, Miss Phil?
I mean,
Yeah, it's, I think that went, so that wasn't correct.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Alrighty. Let me see. Motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
So moved.
Okay, a second? Do we have to do this?
yes, that wasn't there. Yes.
Yes,
I want to
Felt like we're.
I thought I was there, yeah. Wait, well,
get so, it's very well, it's really very clear. Okay. In favor, accepting the minutes as corrected.
But I just know, if anyone has Maria on any of your communications, you should remove her from your system.
Yes, just regarding with going on, my methodology is I worked from the previous minutes, and sometimes if I really caught up, which I did at the end of the year, and it's not what I've been working on is, there's some legacy text in there from the previous month.
Yeah,
Some of these cross ads, that's what it refers to.
yeah.
So it's not like substantive stuff, it's just
No,
that, then it should have been deleted.
no, it's, using that last one,
Yeah.
so we understand.
And then you get the credit autocorrect, like, Maria, it's needed the model.
Okay, so old business, air quality.
I have a few things, follow up from last month. One is there was a question about the Just Air monitor that was purchased. So, the city of Kingston, then is Benefit, right, is part of a collaboration with Bard College called the Kingston Air Quality Initiative. And in doing so, we are hosting a, pretty substantial air quality monitoring system on the roof of the Annie Murphy Neighborhood Center. And also some other ground level air quality monitors in people's homes and other places around the city. It connects with a live portal, so people can see at any given time how our air quality is, which is pretty substantial and not normal. It's not like a data set that's readily available in other places reasonably. But the data that we've been capturing, Andy Murphy, is what we're kind of called like community level, like scale, meaning it's on the roof, so it's not, there could be things that are changing between ground level and roof level. And so we part CAC, which currently has $1,000 a year budget, which is approved by the common council. Last year decided to partner with Barb and purchase what's called a Zen Purple Air Quality Monitor, which is now going to be installed at ground level at the Andy Murphy Center. So we'll be able to see ground level versus rooftop level. We've had it there for about 4 years, and we have been able to see trends over time, including like massive spikes in air quality deterioration on the 4th of July, the day after. We're trying to track if Monkey Joe's is roasting, does it change things? Like, I work in that building, so I know every moment that they're roasting, but does that change things? And we've definitely seen trends of when school is in session, when it's not, all of Broadway totally changes entirely. So all different things related to air quality. That's forest fires, budget patches.
Right.
But there's a really easy portal that just basically you can go on and it's either like red, green, or yellow. And if it's green, it's good. And it's measured what's called PM 2.5 particulates that basically, like, if you burn something in your kitchen, you start to cough, that's like PM 2.5. If you burn a candle and you start to cough from it, that's like PM 2.5. So that's what we're looking at. So we purchased this monitor in 2085, and the question was whether or not there were going to be annual fee associated with it. So the $351.50 was the purchase of this unit itself. That was a one-time fee. And then to network that into the system, it's $500 annually. And Eli suggested that we start doing that in January. Now the unit is not installed yet, so I'm not going to start paying for something to be networked until it's installed. But if we want this to be like fully networked into the system, which I would presumably would, that would be $500 annual fee. Which was pretty much $1,000.
Yeah, out of our budget.
This is the
This is the Zen Purple Air Quality Monitor
okay.
And this would be on the,
and Murphy Center.
no, I know, but, networked in means people can see it from
Yes, the
the,
one.
purple air.
Yes,
Yeah,
And
otherwise we'll
just air.
Yes, from Just Air.
from just a,
It is a type, we did buy the type that physically will have like a red, I think it's like green or red on it. So like you will be able to drive down Broadway and look at this thing on my building and then see a color either like green or red or yellow, whatever the colors are, to know like, oh, the air quality's good or it's not. But this $500 annual fee is to network it in so the world can see it.
and then the data.
The data, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we're doing it,
do it. We should be like,
Okay, well, so we don't need to spend that. Should we vote now to spend the $500 for annual?
I would recommend that because I was under the impression that it was actually going to be installed by the end of 25 and it hasn't been yet. Maybe it has been installed, but I doubt it because I think I'll probably be there. Part of it. If it were me, I would say that I would think that you should pre-approve it to, as soon as it's installed, for me to set it up so that I can get it networked in.
Okay. So last year, so one of the things is because we're right at the beginning of the year, we only have $1,000 in our budget. We've already got a banner and we've prepaid for postcards.
And those were all on the 25 budget.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're at a fresh 1,000.
And then do we use is our NISAC membership, that's $75?
Yep.
So that's $575 we would have spent if we paid for the monitoring. And is there anything else, like we haven't paid, do we pay for anyone's attendance at NISAC or anything?
No.
So,
The expenses in 25 were just the banner, the postcards, the air quality monitor.
and then the expenses that we could, besides the banners, if we have, something for good pay.
Yes,
Or anything, but we have got to stay within $425 for that. Yeah. So, because we've already, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. Right, so, it's just,
Could we maybe figure out spending that money next month and see if it's actually installed before?
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be prorated, so.
do you want us to vote for it in February instead of January?
It was just a suggestion, just to make sure that it's actually there and ready to go. But I don't know, I mean, even if it's not prorated, it still seems like, what's the point of spending money if it's not?
Just not
appropriate. Yeah,
Not to actually spend it yet,
yeah.
just to approve July spending. Yeah, because if you sell it, if they sell it tomorrow,
It would be a whole month.
it would be a lot bigger
Yeah.
to now be.
I guess I'd rather, I guess my suggestion is like, I'd rather pay for something that we know is actually there, ready to go, instead of paying the money and then waiting for it, because who knows when it's
Oh,
actually.
yeah, I wouldn't pay for anything until after it's over, so.
No, it's just to say we're gonna.
Authorization for the expense once.
So if it doesn't go until April, it won't get spent.
Oh.
But we want it to go in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right. And also, it seems like if they're gonna install it, they're gonna wanna network it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I did suggest that we start in January.
Yeah.
That's contingent on his.
we went to encourage the professor at Bard, he also lives in Kingston. So, okay, so with that, I can't remember where we're at. Do we need
There's no motion.
we had, there was no motion, so you can either a motion to spend $500 to network the Zen. What is it?
Purple air quality monitor.
Germany. Is there?
I would like to make a motion to network our purple air quality monitor to the Just Air network for $500. So was that an annual
Yes.
license?
Once it's installed, just to answer your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it's-
Well, for this year, once it's installed for this year, we have to spend the money again next year.
You have to authorize it every year.
Right, but presumably our license will go from whatever, if it's installed February 1st, it'll go from February 1st, 26 to February 1st, 27.
That's a good question, but I can find out if it's by the calendar year or not. I would surmise it's probably not year over year, but it's probably calendar year, but I'll find it.
I have a air quality thing also.
We're not done.
Right, so that's what I'm saying is I'll talk about that in a moment.
All right, second.
I'll say.
Okay, any discussion?
We're networking the Zen Purple to Just Air.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Almost neutral knowledge. Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
I will move forward with that. I have another thing also, but do you have something else related to the air quality monitors?
Yeah, I do. Just as an announcement related to this, the county is doing the same sort of thing, but at 17 libraries across the county.
Wow.
So, yeah, and so I just paid, Just Air like $8,000 for these monitors.
Oh, cool.
How much paying for the library?
No, we did not do Zen, and I really regret it because it's like a $10 difference, and I was like, I'm gonna save the county this money and not do the one with the lights. And now we don't have the lights, and I'm really kicking myself.
I would be.
Yeah, I got, okay, I'll take it to my grave. Anyways, that's an announcement, and
Now,
I think
the
we'll
old
be,
ones with the lighted one.
you are.
We spent 10.
Well, I think that you always had to have like one leg up over everyone else, so now it's the lights.
So is Kingston getting one of the lighted?
Yeah, because Kingston has you, so.
I thought they already,
That's a
I
double kick to the leg.
thought they, I remember seeing information.
But, to be clear,
Not to say that the CAC can't separately fund one of the,
no, well, we can't.
or advocate to them.
But we can. There's talks
To
of
improve
getting,
quality in rural communities.
I just want to be clear, Eli came to me with a proposal. He actually didn't come to me, he came to like 3 people before me with the proposal, which was the proposal of volunteer. So I did not make the choice to exclude Kingston from the.
So much send our letter to Eli.
Yeah. We are talking about sponsoring, there are 2 of these air quality monitors in Linear Park. So we're talking about getting those on the same
That's
system.
where? Oh, that's.
At Linear Park, I think there are 2
Oh.
locations around, yeah. So, if we did that, then Kingston would have 4 of these monitors within city boundaries. Which would be cool, and those are also like the ground level ones, so you would get that real time, someone like smoking a bunch of cigarettes or something.
Is this in order, or is this gonna be separate?
Come again?
Is this an order that you just made, or is this gonna be a separate?
This is a separate thing that we're trying to get the bike for.
Can we tell where your park was?
Yeah.
Can I advocate for the wall with the light on it?
Well, so the monitors already exist there, but they're not integrated to the network, so they're not giving us any data, and by us, I mean BARD. Which they'll use to, generate really interesting reports about air quality. Yeah, and if they were integrated, like, if you like lived in Midtown or whatever, you could subscribe to that particular monitor and then you know what the air is like at Linear Park.
And if you want to have the app on your phone,
Yeah.
ask a younger person that's in this room. So.
You're so good.
Okay. And we're sitting in the library. We're going to be, 17 minutes.
I couldn't figure it out.
I'm gonna try that.
Aaliyah knows it.
Maybe. I guaranteed 17. That's some way to lend your car. Okay.
The other ones, and we should probably get them installed at the same time that Dan Murphy is.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I heard on the radio, just like, barely, that the present administration in Washington is going to cut back the level of clean emissions from the smokestacks, including ppm, and make it easier on everyone that is emitting pollution. All these things. So we need to watch that. So.
I have another air quality thing. One of the questions, as last month we talked about the reports from KPD and parking about idling. And we asked for me to follow up with parking enforcement about the warning that they issued for people who were idling. And I got a copy of it.
Nice.
And it is a half sheet with the same logo on it, and it states, warning. By the way, this is a universal, and they fill in the warning. So this is not just specific to idling, but they fill it in for related to idling. It says, you are receiving this note as a courtesy because we noticed, this is not a, by the way, this is me printing a copy of what was sent. You are receiving this notice as a courtesy because we noticed that you have parked in violation of 390-52 New York State law. No person shall allow, cause, or permit the idling of any motor vehicle in excess of 10 consecutive minutes. This is not a parking ticket. However, you are at risk of being issued a parking violation and fine. If you need additional information, call blah, 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 or email our parking desk at parkingviolations@kingston-ny.gov. Thank you. So they said that they've issued hundreds of these. And we talked about this last month because remember we were talking about the little card. It's like, you park like an idiot, or whatever, like the little card said. If the CDC wanted to do something, you didn't ask for this, you didn't ask for this, but we just talked about like if we wanted to do something more formal or like catchy or whatever, branded, anything that's related to idling that they would then issue instead of this. But there is like, this is their practice, and it's like they have this warning form, they fill in what the issue is.
Do they handwrite it?
They handwrite it.
Yeah.
Well, the handwrite wrote it. It's possible that they made copies of this. I don't know if they handwrite it every time. I have no idea. I said, Vince, can you send me a copy of the verbal, of my written warning? And he sent me this picture, and I printed this picture.
So did they explain
Paper is not what goes on. It's, no, it does not have a date.
So it doesn't, like, they don't date it or say where the car was parked or anything?
I think that they just probably have a pile of these in their
Yeah.
something, pocket, yeah, and then he fills it out and it's last week, oh, sorry. Have they ever issued a ticket for it? Oh, you weren't here for that conversation.
No.
It's 1 minute. It wasn't minutes, we went over some very detailed reporting from KPD and parking about idling. I think the answer to that is no. Okay. Was the answer to that no, or was I misremembering?
It seemed like there was no direct,
Mhm. I thought Kevin did.
Unless they, I think they part to begin with, or.
Unless there was something else, yes, correct.
that was
Okay.
the thing that we ended up.
Well, thanks for getting that. So
Yeah,
basically the next steps is if we wanted to make something that was more education or had a logo on it also or something that we could do that, so.
Yeah, and again, it's not a request coming from parking, it's just,
But they wouldn't be adverse to it.
I don't know if they'd be averse to it. I did say, can you send me a copy of what you're written on, just the CAC's been discussing this, and wants to think about whether copies of it can help you out, or to provide something that's helpful.
So why does it,
Sure, do that.
why does it say it's state law? It's Iowa.
Well, I also don't know what 390-92 is, I guess I can look it up, but.
So Kingston,
No, so it says 390-52 parentheses New York State law. So
Sure.
ours is resolution
Right.
something of 2021. So actually, this is,
And this is,
that could be the state law, but the state law is not,
it's not for college.
it's not what this is saying.
Hmm.
This says no person shall allow, cause, or permit idling of any motor vehicle in excess of 10 consecutive minutes. I don't think that's the wording from our law.
But the 10 minutes is.
The 10 minutes is, the 5 minutes is heavy duty vehicle on the state level. Ours is 10 minutes any vehicle. But this seems like a collaboration of the two laws.
Does someone take this on to look at it and see if we can? And this is parking, because parking does I know that the two enforcement, there's two different enforcement.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
One is
KPD.
KPD, and this one's the parking people.
Yep.
Okay. So what does KPD do?
They don't have something that they leave, they just communicate it.
Like the
Verbally.
It might be us. 352 is traffic.
Yeah. Then this parentheses New York State law, right?
390-82 is penalties for offenses.
393 is parking, standing, and stopping. 352 is speed regulation. Either way, 390-52.1.
That's us. Then why does it say New York State law?
Yeah, so right there, we could,
Editor's note. This, I don't know if this is a law or it's a New York State regulation. It's part of the NYCRR series. When you say my secret is, Editor's note C6 NYCRR subpart 217-3. There's a hyperlink. No, it's not a hyperlink. That's good.
so can we, have two people to work on this? Just to see if we can improve the information.
Yes,
Okay,
I will work on this.
okay.
And I'm assuming we bought two. Slide. So this was Vincent that you were talking with.
Harry, yeah.
Benny.
He's the guy who you always see walking around all year long
With the shorts?
with the shirts.
I like that guy.
He's a wonderful person.
Yeah, okay.
I do have, anyway, the code section or the regulation one. Yeah, that does cover idling some medium and heavy duty vehicles. including not limited to. And there are exceptions in there, so.
So there is a law, but it's not our law. It's not our law.
Right, this
Okay.
one is, that's New York State idling law, 6 NYCR 217-3, and that's mentioned in 390-52.1. So we need both of those if we.
Thanks.
Right.
Okay.
So are you just trying to word this so that it's the Kingston law?
Well, I'm thinking step one is I want to ask Vinny if this is a photocopy and they always say this and they have like 1,000 copies of this, or if they handwrite it. That's step one. Step two, yes, maybe the thought is we could have, this is kind of a bland version. We could update it so the language is technically more accurate. Or we could think about, maybe there's an item specific printout that they would get.
When you're speaking with him, it will be important, I think, to also know if this is Corporation Council's approval, like you can issue warnings, but it has to be on this letterhead with this language, yes, you could fill it in, or if there's like, hey, if you want to give it up, it says, you fool, you're idling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like how much leeway is there?
Yeah, I also wonder if it's probably benign, but like, if they're handwriting stuff, standing there,
Mm-hmm.
is that preventing people from being like handing out that information?
I was totally down.
I don't feel like writing this
In the cold.
in the cold.
Writing on 390-52.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. This person's handwriting is very nice.
Yeah,
He wrote out the whole thing?
but just a line.
Oh, I see.
But still writing that out in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Winter.
All right, so I can help you if you need any help, Brendan. Oh, I see. I see, so they can do anything with some parking violation. Okay. Yes. Also been we've talked about, so when this passed, 10 minutes was the law, or the common council decided on 10 minutes, and we have decided not to try to get that changed to a shorter amount of time, even though we did decide that last month, I think. But it's really like one minute of idling waste gas. And but the common council only wanted to do 10. And then there's this big huge caveat that it doesn't apply if the average temperature is 25 degrees or lower
For 3 days.
for 3 days, which basically is the entire winter.
Or if it's a heat wave.
Or if it's a hot
Or
or,
a snow emergency, I agree.
you know.
Or there's a snow emergency.
So the entire winter people can, yeah, and anyway, and that's,
But it's very difficult, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
so.
But a step forward in educating the public about idling and air quality and moving the needle towards
Mhm.
progress.
Yeah.
I guess.
So we do have handmade signs, and the idling signs are in really obvious places like the post office, in front of schools. There are coffee shops, they look at park.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything more on air quality?
Thanks, thank you. I love that this is how it was. When you work in the same building as him.
yeah. I don't know if I walked
Very nice, a little extra, yeah.
I don't know if he was, he could have been out on the street.
Planning and land use current development reviews, I think that we were maybe gonna look at the landscape plantings for some of the developments that were on the minutes last month. But I have not done that,
Yeah, I haven't.
and Brendan hasn't done it. Brendan, have you done anything?
I have not,
So it was
so that's,
Elizabeth the planner.
Right, that's still active. There wasn't much on this month's plan, even if anybody looked at it, but there isn't much thing that would,
But if we were gonna look at the landscaping ones,
that would be,
yeah, Elizabeth Manor, and do you have any other suggestions? Mainly, we want to make sure they're there, it's there, that there's a landscaping.
yes. Probably the last two. People, so of course, coming on. That,
Yes.
yeah, that was just a middle lead agency thing, and you sent New Irish Cultural Center. That's
So they're-
trying to retire too, if you caught that. Elizabeth Manor would be the one to.
Mhm. But the other ones are far enough along.
Long Alley, well, we have to go back in. I looked last week, I have to go back in and see what Sue has on,
Okay.
for the buffalo.
So we can have an action item that, I think Brendan and I and Kevin were supposed to be doing this, so an action item to look into these and see if there's any landscaping plans or anything else that would be of interest.
I think Elizabeth Manor, it's a far down, it's a big much here.
The land,
Elizabeth Manor, but I think that is a major waiver attached to it, so I don't think. Meaningful to us. Building depth. I don't think that's a serious thing.
okay, all right,
So keep Frog Island Living Matter for next one.
Yeah, something that else appears, I see a stormwater engineering referral on Elizabeth Manor, we didn't want to look at that. And then the full set of plans, I know you use new files, and that's, lots. Anything further?
And we're about 25 Gale Court. That's on the thing
I
right now.
don't see that on here. On the.
25 field quarters. Gonna be 100 units of low-income housing, so it's pretty exciting. All right, so we can check on that in the next, and be able to report on anything, so, then another thing for the farm-based code, says that we're trying to plant native plants, and so we're looking at the landscaping plants to see if they are actually submitting native plants into the landscaping plan, so we don't want, anyway, ordinary, for instance.
Right,
Um,
there's a planning presentation on there. And then it'd be the site plan, that would probably be what we're looking,
yeah.
the overall site plan, and see if we can.
I know they'll take our information anyway.
Yeah, but,
Native planting, is there any activity on that besides, the postcard, which is the next thing? Okay, so CAC outreach. The webs, that's what Brendan and I were supposed to be doing. The website,
No, was it some?
I thought we had all the connectors that we.
There are a couple of connectors we've been to work on still.
Oh.
Yeah, and Ray and I were also trying to find a time to get together the past couple of weeks, but
Okay,
hasn't worked out. But it gets in the way. Yeah. Thank you. I did see that everything's on the website.
It's
Thank you. It's a little
awkward.
crunched. It's squished in a weird way.
Yep, and all know this is temporary because the
Okay.
city's getting a new website, so
Sweet.
the amount of time it would take me to figure out how to make it not look ridiculous,
Not worth it.
it's unfortunately not really.
I mean, so everyone should go and look at it now. It's
terrible.
yeah, it was like it's not
It's like one column, it's like 35 miles long, this is like 3 words online.
Is that on
I mean,
a computer or on a phone?
and actually, we were joking about it, but we should probably look at it because it is a little bit ridiculous.
And when is the new website coming about approximately?
No, I have not been given an answer on that, there's just a lot of like, it's gonna be soon.
I have seen
It's gonna be soon.
there are some things that are on the new website already, right?
There's a new website already?
Has
Yeah.
it got a new URL?
But I don't know where I saw it. I've been looking at it the past couple of days.
Apparently, I read an article about Woodstock that all the URLs that end in like .org for cities and municipalities now have to be .gov. Yeah.
It's actually really nice. Like, look, City of Kingston, you get the Worth Street Bridge,
What's that?
KingstonNY.govoffice.com. And then
How would you have found that?
I'm always looking.
Yes, and I went, whoa.
Wait, what is it again?
It's KingstonNY.govoffice.com. Yeah, and Parks and Rec is one of the 4 tabs on the top, which is, I think, a good choice. There's also like a landing page here with a bunch of weird stock images, but there's one real image of the it. So
Is it like a soft launch?
If it's soft enough that the staff haven't been told. We have a page on the new one.
what we do?
Yeah, there it is.
Really?
Kingston, yes.
Oh, there we go. Wow.
Yeah, it's like,
That's what
we have a page.
Is that under boards and commissions? Okay. Yeah, look at that.
And it doesn't look like this.
Actually, it looks
700 miles of one mini column.
yeah.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Cool. Well,
Well, that is 100% news to me.
Oh, no, wait, they still have
Thank
like
God for it. No, that's a
they have all the retired board members here.
yeah, this is definitely an old, the old information.
Oh, well, they didn't take new updated
Yeah.
information from this.
No, they still have Lynn on here and Helen. Also Maria, but she just left, so that you'd expect that, but Lynn's been out for a while, so it's Helen.
Alright, well,
I guess what that,
either way, whatever you're all looking at is not public.
But.
I mean, it's public,
It's
but
a-
it's
it's
not.
It's not official
It's
yet.
not official.
Yeah.
Even though it
So-
does say welcome to our new website at the top, which makes you feel like it's.
if we're going to make any additions, should we, unless it's glaring for the, what I meant was like the links, like if they link to something and it's really old or.
I mean, if we're close enough that there's already a data version live, I don't think we should be making any changes.
Unless
Just by
there's something
I'm
really
not- I don't
content
think
that we just want to write. But I don't think there is. Do we have any new content that we just want to put up? Because we already got the plenty, that's.
No, but that's not in that's not in the new website, but it will migrate, I guess. Or maybe you have to put in another, I don't know.
We really don't know anything about
Yeah,
what you're
I
trying to
think
do.
I think we should just wait.
Yeah.
I think you should just wait.
So we'll stop tracking that for a while. Have we gotten any activity on postcard design?
I did some mild edits to them. We were also trying to meet to talk about this. My thought is, I kind of like them as they are. We could use a little bit of wordsmithing on the back. Have you seen the postcard designs?
I missed a lot.
Yes, you
But
did.
I'm talking about it.
And then let's get,
Let me
I'll get your baby on.
try and join the Zoom and share this. Is that the thing?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I was gonna.
There is Zoom.
Invite, maybe somebody to invite you.
It's not fleshed out.
Okay.
Generic plans, it's for the moment, so we have time
Is it on our website?
to do that.
Okay.
Do you, what email were it sent to?
BT Walsh 1990.
Okay. While this is happening, I will just put out there that I do have a PO, an open PO with color page for this. But it's not common what we're currently doing, which is opening up a PO in a previous year and waiting a while to use it. Especially since the quote that they're giving me, yes, I have a PO on it, but like their costs are changing at every moment. So I would say this decision should be made soon. It's already probably been a month, which is already a long time. So like whatever needs to happen, needs to happen.
That sounds good.
Okay, so, oh, you're gonna show it to us.
I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna suggest in the next 3 days, by the end of this week, a couple of us agree on the language and approve with, or, you know,
I mean, I need to get them something to just start working on.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think it would be great if we could find some time, maybe Ray, Jen, if you want to get on this. I think they was too.
I saw a mistake.
I'm using all your pictures, so.
I know, I saw a mistake.
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, you're trying to get it done. You're trying to project it, right?
Yeah, I guess I could just pass it around. Let's just pass it around, it'll be faster if
That's where,
this thing, the computer.
next the computer in.
Has Jen seen it?
Okay, smart.
Yeah, I don't know, I've been,
Unless Julie has a copy.
Yeah, is it the camera thing?
it is the Canva thing. I would, just show, I'm gonna give us right.
This is a play.
Yes.
Oh.
But, you know, I guess flies are equal to work as well.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yes, okay, that's fly. And then, yeah, no, you know, I want to be clear about that. And then there's this back, you know, I figured we could do like a little, zoom backwards to the top and then.
Jen,
This is what
the source on native plants. And we're trying to.
Kind of the version of that.
Thank you. Can be mailed or just.
And then this up here is like this, you know, I was going for like the classic postcard, with that top one.
That is right.
Is it really? Oh, the bottom one?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I thought that's not on the, like, case.
Could have maybe been the,
Yeah, I thought it might have been the look.
Yeah. well, maybe we can find another picture of Kingston. Perhaps someone has a photograph of Kingston here.
I don't have one time. I'll let you know species. Cool. That's great. All right, so. Sorry.
Yep, okay. So you guys are gonna come up with.
By the end of this week. By the end of this week, yeah.
What are you going to be giving me?
So what I would say is, by the end of the week, we can give you the text we want and the pictures we want on the postcards.
Are you just going to be giving me, like, via what platform? Canva?
PDF.
PDF.
Um,
But if there's a PDF that you're giving me, then we are going to be saying to color page, that this is the postcard printing.
Yes.
I'm currently saying, color page, we want you to help us design a postcard and print it.
well,
If you're already gonna have something, we might as well just bring it to Staples and copy it.
well, I thought that last time we had said we wanted to get our postcards as far as possible. And then if it was necessary, there was a contingent that they could help take it over the finish line.
Yep. But I
Right.
won't be able to go to the finish line if you send me a PDF. So
Right, well, okay, got it. So we can send them this Canva then too, but, it's not, necessary that they do the extra design work, is it?
No.
Okay.
There are some things that you're not, I don't, they could decide that.
But like, for example, border,
Yeah.
is this,
A thicker border.
is this a 4.25 by 6?
I think I set it up that way, but it may not be. So that would be good if they
Okay.
made it the same.
And then,
Yeah.
do they have the photos so they can resize them or whatever? Or they just that?
Yeah, oh, good question. We could give them the pictures also, right?
Well, design costs $95 an hour.
What's on the,
Yeah, so we'd like it to be really mild. Their design,
Yes.
if any.
I mean, you might want to just have more of a message there, like. Okay, what's on the side? That it's, learn about resource guide, and resource guide's very boring.
So on the back, so the thought is the front of these are all the pictures, and then the back was, some text saying, I mean, the top would be something about what the native plants do, and then the bottom it's saying, this is a planting guide, it'll help you figure out what you should put in the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think if you're trying to get them to plant it, you might say that on the front.
do we ever get that QR code? Then we can do that then.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna get me something too.
Yes.
Great.
I'm not sure if
Um,
the post office wants Kingston CAC on the bottom there.
But the post office isn't gonna be involved.
If we use it, if someone mails it, yes, they would. Actually,
Mhm.
I don't know if that's an issue. I've seen,
So that's a question that we would need to ask Delsex or
Yes.
AI.
yeah,
Or just refer to real postcards and see if they have at the bottom, something.
I mean, I've seen postcards that are so busy and there's just like one little area where you put the address, so. Okay, so you guys are all set to do that? Come up with something, and are we just doing the native plants? We're not doing anything,
I think
that's it, right?
we had talked before about doing the anti-idling,
Right.
but then, I don't know,
Yeah,
We just get distracted by that. I don't think like conclusion.
yeah.
Like, what was happening?
Well, do we have any thoughts? So, I think the way this PL was set up, we could have two different kinds, right?
We have a hold for 2 different postcards.
yeah, 2 different postcards. Well, the reason I ask is you had something with community preservation, but I don't think that's what we're,
Correct. Yeah, that was just me
yeah,
playing around with the format, yeah. Okay, so I'm good with 2 for native plants, and then the back can be the same with the link to the guide.
as long as you don't wanna do something on your quality or something like that.
I think just those two is good.
Yeah, so then that points people to something that's like really
Yeah.
useful to them.
Okay, that's great. Now, is the QR code gonna screw things up?
No, because it's posted
It's on
on the Google, yeah, so it's not connected to the website, so it's not, when the website migrates, there will be no problems.
Okay,
The QR code would take you to the planting guide.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, and then we also need to have a report on social media.
Yeah, public listed twice. Got, I think, only likes from myself. But someone follows, that was good. We started meeting and I was just something about the organics, composting thing. And I was thinking that in the next month, I'll post about, the Just Air sign up. That seems topical. And then also trying to recruit users.
Cool.
And is it Instagram or both? Both Facebook?
Just Instagram, yeah. Facebook, I have access.
Yes, we don't, yeah, everything.
Everyone's on Instagram.
Ask them, Review that, so that.
Yeah, I was gonna post about the Just Air sign.
Yeah, I know
Oh, we
that,
got the,
I want that, but we haven't done that yet, right, that's next.
these will be next, yeah. Do you need the ones I already did, or?
Yeah, that's.
I posted, all right, we posted something about the Kingston Organics, sign up. And I posted about the meeting in December. Which I assume no one, the public went to. That's okay.
Correct.
I don't know about it.
First, the.
Oh, just the organics.
Yeah.
What is the Instagram handle, by the way?
So action item can still be to try to track down on Facebook, right? Because I think it has, right,
So it's kingston.cac, and we just got 2 more followers.
That was me.
Excellent. Yeah, 17 seconds ago,
Wow.
and someone 1 minute ago. Was that also you?
Also me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think this account has more followers than I have, so.
I thought I was following it, I guess not. Okay. Well, that's an action item for everyone.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Sorry, I don't have it on the screen.
Good
Okay.
for you.
I guess I just have to make up for this, right?
Exactly. Okay. I was gonna give you a suggestion too, but I'll do that offline.
We're not following.
Okay. Right. Action on, wetland preservation, I don't have any action.
I don't have an action, but I attended the Hudson Valley Affordable Housing and Land Conservation meeting. And some of the people from the housing side expressed great reservations about the wetlands law in terms of development for affordable housing.
Right.
It's for the throw in it. Yeah. And they also mentioned that there's apparently litigation concerning the law. I haven't had any details of that to research and develop it in the time to do.
Yeah, and I know there was pushback from developers from the very beginning.
Yeah, but this is getting a little closer to home once we have the affordable housing people, like the Hudson Valley project. So I don't know how that's gonna play out with that particular group.
I thought Progress was gonna do a study on
Yeah.
that, but they never did.
And
They had a workshop, they had an event,
there was. To do something.
but we could look at that.
And Adam, I think he announced that he's taking a different position.
Yeah, we did speak with her, we can, gosh, okay.
Was there something to say about the utility of citing affordable housing in wetlands, like in a floodplain potentially? Doesn't that seem, I mean, am I being really objective, or does that seem like a problem? But that's where you would put people.
Like the EJ issue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does seem like an EJ issue.
yeah,
And traditionally, a lot of affordable housing has been put in floodplains because the land is cheap.
Right.
yeah, that is an issue. I mean, developers overall are having an issue because basically a lot of, there's gonna be new wetlands where they can't build. And it shouldn't just be affordable housing, it could be anything, like they might have to have bigger lots to avoid. So I guess we'll just keep watching on the litigation. So there's the state passed a new wetlands law that became in effect, now I can't lose it, January 2025, and it, instead of using these really, really old maps, they're using basically the soils and the vegetation and everything to identify wetlands, and also eventually they're going to be regulating a smaller wetlands than they used to. It used to be 13 something, 0.2 acres, and now it's 7.4 or something around like that. But also there's more wetlands that are going to be protected because they're important. And so this is statewide. But the other thing for the city of Kingston is that it is Kingston is an urban area, so all wetlands, regardless of size, are protected. And we've looked at it, we know where the wetlands are. We're not ready to advertise. I mean, anyone can look at our wetland maps and see where the wetlands are. So, it really is going to, make sure the planning department and anyone else that's granting any kind of permits or anything understands that the wetlands are protected.
Do you think that report may be out?
Getting your feet wet. Oh, okay.
That's pattern.
Having for progress. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Good. Yeah, it's been out for a while. I think we had discussed this a couple of times at the board. I'll put a link to it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Well, that was important. All right, so the tree preservation ordinance, I haven't heard anything. Is anyone?
Only from people at bars who talk about it.
All of them?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
All the bars or all the people?
Bars,
you go to, like, come to, never.
What? No, I've heard it multiple times now. Like, just by over people talking about it, yeah.
Several bars talking about our tree preservation.
Yes.
You're saying.
Well, they're like, wow, Kingston, you already have to fill out so many forms, that and an extra form. Like, I don't know if that's exactly. Yeah, no, it's extremely negative. Which part?
I can't cut my
Snappers.
trees now.
People cut on fire. Yeah.
I know.
Messing up.
All right. So this meeting
It's
is
done, so
snappers.
we got one.
I went with the guy for the first time, and I've looked at 45 years.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I know.
We almost went there a year ago. I came back to work with you.
This is recorded.
I know it's recorded, I thought it was great, Champions great.
Great. I know. And I used to live right across, right down the street from it, never went in it. Okay, so the tree preservation, all right, so nothing, solar zoning, I thought I already reported there's nothing on solar zoning. I already talked about that last month, and I haven't heard anything from Bartek or.
Do you want me to be taking this off the agenda?
Yes, well, I thought we were gonna try to every month make sure we don't put stuff on that we don't need to follow every month.
So remove.
Yeah, I love, until it comes, I mean, we can always have like a cheat sheet or something, like a reminder, oh, did we check into that? But,
But that all has to happen within a week before this meeting.
I know.
I don't hear from folks, it automatically comes back on the agenda.
Okay. I'll remind people that they need to think about what they want on the agenda. Yeah, so solar zoning, I reported to the committee that is looking into the form-based code. I can't remember the name of the committee. And we talked about it last time.
Tony, what?
And I'm pretty sure I did.
Yes.
Okay. Neighbor notification, I did do some work. I do have some stuff on that. Okay. But I need my laptop. Okay, so. Neighbor notification is a county law that follows a state law. So only counties that agree to adopt the state law have this law. And it's in Ulster County. It became a law in like 2006 in Ulster County, and it is supposed to be enforced by the health department, and it doesn't seem that anyone is aware of this law. And there's several parts to it. One being that the stores that sell pesticides have to put a sign up that basically says, really think about using pesticides, there's some danger. And so in terms of us in Kingston, there's probably only one store in Kingston that this applies to. So, but, city, countywide, there are many more stores that would have this. And then the other, let me just bring this up. And I think I'm pretty sure I've given you the link to this before, but I just wanted to go over it again. And then the other thing is that anyone who applies 100 a pesticide for 100 square feet, which is only 10 by 10, so it's about the size of this, twice the size of this table. So almost everyone has a yard that big, has to put those little signs up. And the signs,
It's anyone who applies, regardless of amount, has to put the yellow sign up, that's state law.
regardless of the,
Yeah, like if I treat a stump, I have to put a sign up.
yeah, but you're a professional. I'm talking about home.
Homeowners, okay,
Home
on their
owner.
own property, okay, that's
Right,
good distinction.
yeah, right. So the homeowners, so this is, the reason I think that this is an important law is that it basically, you're telling your neighbor that you just put something on your lawn, and their dog shouldn't go on it, their kids shouldn't go on it. And, it's just kind of saying, yeah, I put a pesticide down the herbicide. And it's a good thing for your neighbors to know. So so the signs should also be available at the stores, not that it is, but, so this is just an education thing. So the retail sign says something like pesticides, although useful too, may pose certain risks. The law requires individuals to apply lawn care pesticides to their residential properties to post these markers. And then talk about what they should look like. And we recommend that you notify your neighbors prior to the application of pesticides so they may take precautions. This apparently is what the store sign is supposed to say. There's a bunch of other stuff, but it's pretty dry. And then there's the signs, the little markers. And then the professionals have to put the signs up. Anyone who's applying it. And then there's also like subtleties about who can apply herbicides, like for multifamily owners and stuff. But anyway, right now, this is what it's called neighbor notification, because you're notifying your neighbors, either as a resident, or as a property owner, or the pesticide company applier has to know them. So I guess what I would like to get a kind of feeling for is, right now, I haven't contacted the county again about doing this, and if we want to take that next step, or do we want to say, can you start enforcing this law, or how, what could we do to help, or, this also could be an EMC issue. So, should I contact the county and health department one more time before going?
Have you contacted the health department already?
Once I did. I brought it up at a public meeting, no, I brought it up at the water quality coordinating committee meeting, which the health department, attends.
Okay.
And then I followed up with them and I didn't hear anything. And I can bring it back up at that committee meeting.
When is the next water quality meeting?
It should be in February.
Okay. I feel like this is prime grounds for a group like the EMC to sign on request for the health department to begin enforcement. Because, well, I'll say I also looked into this over the last month, and then I went to our local store to see what the signage was like there. I don't know that I didn't see it. I don't know if you went into the local place here to see if mandatory postage is there. That's something that we could do. We could reach out to them and let the local store know as members of Kingston. But if we wanted to have more of that regulatory oomph behind it, as you point out, that it's a health department thing, and I don't know how much it's on their radar. So I'm thinking maybe a group that does have, some amount of legislative power at the county level should be the one that takes it to them. So, I don't know, maybe a thought would be, we can go around to a couple of the stores around here, not just in Kingston, but, in like Katrina or whatever, peek around and see what the signage looks like. And maybe we find there's like systemic, scoffing of this beautiful law. If that's the case, we can take that to the EMC and build a little coalition. I'm sure they would sign off on something like this.
Yeah.
I would recommend going that kind of path.
Right, but and we all agree that this seems like a reasonable law to be enforced.
Yeah, this is like, I love this law.
Okay.
When I found out it was actually a law here, I was like, this is the coolest place ever. And then I find out.
Not true that this is the coolest place ever. Not the bars with people talking.
That's true.
Legislation in the bars.
That was the cherry on top.
Well, the important thing, and another important thing here is also it applies to people's sidewalks. So if you're spraying Roundup on your sidewalk, you're also giving those signs. Put up the signs, and they're required to do it. And if you're hiring anyone to do it. And if you're hiring anyone to do it, the applicators.
Yeah, what are they gonna do, like glue it to the sidewalk?
No, put it in the lawn, or the strip next to
Yeah,
it.
they don't know that it's on the sidewalk. They think,
Covers within 100 feet of the sign. Is how.
okay.
So you want every 100 feet that you.
Are we starting so much with this product?
Well, that's the other thing, if you volunteer to go, yeah, but they should be on sale at the stores, but they're not necessarily. Yeah, so, but that would be an encouragement for the stores to carry the signs.
Do you think that there's ever been a single person that's not a professional applicator that has ever installed one of these signs? Probably not.
I don't know,
Especially if you don't know about it in the first place.
Right.
And going
And-
their way.
And if you're not mandated to take the sign when you buy the pesticide. When you buy it from Herzog's, you don't take the sign, you're not mandated to do that.
you can make your own.
People would have to know that this is the law, invest in the additional sign, take that time to do that, and care, and care.
I almost think that other people see it and report them, because some people are gonna tucked back in the woods and who's gonna.
And then, exactly, and also in the store, in the summer, you walk in the store and the product is right there when you walk in and there's no sign there. If there was any kind of sign that said, you know, this is the law, it would be back where most of the herbicides are.
And also there can't be an assumption that if the store is not selling them or prominently doing it, it can't be assumed that the store knows that they're supposed to be doing that.
Is this just for, I would think go on a minute, is this just for herbicides or is this for pesticides? Because this could apply.
No, the word is pesticide.
This applies to insect treatments.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fungicides or pesticides, herbicides.
yeah, it's always pesticide. It is outside, it's not inside, you know, that would be another issue there. I mean, on a, you know, like notification, there is a school notification law. The parents have to be notified or they sign up to be notified.
What about raid?
Hmm?
Raid, that's a pesticide, but it's 10-foot old. Like the early 150 square feet.
Oh, no, but I'm talking about inside, for inside, I'm changing the subject. That is a different issue, yeah.
But raid outside, that is a pesticide application.
And then here's what it says, prior notification of commercial lawn applications. At least $48 prior to any commercial lawn application, the person or business making such application shall supply written notice as defined in blah, 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 of the law to all occupants of all dwellings on abutting property with a boundary that is within 100 feet of the site of such application.
It says lawn.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Thus excluding sidewalks.
oh, I'm sorry. Well, they call it commercial lawn application pesticide. So I don't know about that. That's over my head. But the point is that they are supposed to write you, and I'm positive that's not happening. Right? Because, and we know people that live on this and that, and
We're
that.
not ready to know to their neighbor to say, hey, run that way. I just spray raid.
Right, well, I'm not, anyway, okay. So the next steps is I'm gonna check with the health department again and, people, do people just wanna, do they, you know, you're going to the hardware store somewhere, if there any other store that sells, or this pesticides in the next?
I'll probably be at Lowe's.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm out at the store nearly every day.
all right, yeah,
I'm very curious at this point.
yeah, okay,
I'm putting together, a Google Sheets where I'll put all the, you know, hardware stores on there and maybe, if you go to one of these, you take a look for the pesticide thing, if it's there, just know the sheet.
Like it's hardware too, but like, we're talking with Hanford. So like,
Effort, it's all great.
yes, they do, but is raid applied outside? In 100 square feet?
I mean, probably not.
you send it to your neighbors first?
I only apply in Dutchess.
Or you just have this care when they run it?
That's right. No. But I mean, I've never sprayed 100 square feet of raid, but in
Right.
theory, somebody could.
Right.
And right,
So
other
we're talking grocery stores, Tractor Supply,
CVS is raid.
CVS.
Yeah. So, yeah, and, okay, Kevin, do you have the link for this law? Cause.
Yeah, there's several links, there's the environmental, I'm putting in the minutes, environmental, you want me to email these out, these links?
No, I thought they were already in the minutes from, but I'm speaking specifically about the Ulster County law.
Fun scavenger.
Hold that, I had this.
I have the Ulster one.
I had to say.
Right, I'll
That's right.
send it out so you guys can read the law.
Can I make a request that if we see one of these signs, we take a picture of it?
Yes,
And put it in the.
good idea,
That'd be
good
great.
idea.
Just to see the wording.
Yeah,
So are you looking for a sign that says pesticide reacting, or are you looking for the little yellow things that you buy?
Both,
Oh, let's do both.
yeah.
that's a good point.
Question.
Now I can't find it.
So also rock question.
No, that's poisoning is, no,
Yeah, those are just stuff. Those are the best.
it's not included.
It's excluded.
It's excluded, especially if it's in those little black plastic things.
It is on the line that this is not included in law.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I want you to read the law because it's, there's so many parts to it. So the other thing that, you know, we could give a talk at NISAC or something like that. Because Albany, Erie, Monroe, Nassau, Rockland, Suffolk, Tompkins, Worcester, Westchester, New York City, and the ones are,
Wow.
it could be encouraged in other places. Okay, I'll try and, all right, so,
Think of the ones on the New County website, trying to find.
I have it too. Huh?
Yeah, well, they did not write their new website. Most of the links are broken.
Yeah, you can tell me what it is.
Right, I have it.
Yeah,
I'm looking for.
It'll appear in minutes or an I'll fix it out.
Yeah,
The state I have, and that's, again, they have the right rules and regulations, and that's what's in one CRR, and then you have the Black Lake Conservation.
it's called, 284. Let me see. 284.
Do we think that we could convince our local hardware store to give out these little yellow flags for free?
Not quite flags, they're like big plastic signs.
Big plastic.
And a stake.
Oh, okay.
I brought them in last time. I
Yeah, I
remember
understand,
that. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
So, resolution 284, is that it?
No, it's a law,
that's what I was thinking, but that can't probably make.
dash three.
But
I mean,
how much for the cost for that? Like $1,000.
But I'll.
That's not that much.
They go fast.
True, and if you have to put a couple, so on.
Yeah. I just went by another establishment today and saw that, you know, they don't remove the signs and then the date fades and we
Yeah.
don't really know, you know, what the situation is, so. Okay, I'm gonna send this to Kevin, 'cause
I'll put it in here, I can send out all the various settings. Here, tonight, laws and codes.
alright. Okay. Next thing. Okay, 2025 yearly report.
All right, so I'm gonna do this in December to list what my mind, so we're ready here. This is the same exact format that has been used for a million years for the CDC, but just walking through it. I will highlight the things that I need from you all. The CDC has had 189 meetings since its inception, by the way, we're almost at 200 will be this year.
Wow.
I suggest we have some sort of party at 200 maybe.
When is it?
Well, we've had 189 general council meetings. This is the 190th. We're currently sitting in the 190th.
Oh my God, so it's this year that we're gonna go for 200?
Yes, for
Oh my God.
the terms are here. You can see I included people who have served in 2025 at all. So Helen was it this year, and so was Lynn. The next page goes into the major things that we covered. All of the narrative part, by the way, nothing changes year over year. Just the only thing that changes is the lists. So for planning board department review, you can see I just went through all the agendas: Bluestone Court, Penn Court, First Ave, Boulevard and Pettit, 615 Broadway, Kingston Wilderness, Community Collab. Let me take a step back. We're not going to approve this thing. I'm gonna just broadly brush over it tonight, and then folks will look over it over the next month, and we'll put it next. Letters of support included the 3 CFA grant applications that we were ready for this year. City plan review and support included, community preservation plan, the business park, Kingston Organics, Rexon, Bella, LWRP, Kingston Park Phase 2, and the municipal renewal and implementation plan. Environmental reviews, these are the things that we went over, to my understanding, leaf blowers, pollinators, Ulster County's environmental plan, wetland preservation, PCB Superfund site, water surface, watershed management plan, PCBs in the lower Hudson, flushable woods, ag environmental protection plan, leachate, plan for leachate reports, fire NFA, UPR, scenic Hudson River cities, neighbor pesticide mitigation law, zoning review. Outreach and education, outreach and engagement, we participated in Art Fair, updated the website, and updated our social media policy. We had 4 different special guests, folks from River Cities, Emily Putoff, Brian Number, and Eli Duker. Professional development is where you all come in. So this is where we state if you took a class, went to a webinar, participated in a meeting, did a conference, not necessarily as a CAC member, but as something in your professionalism or personal, that provides clout for this board. Then you write it down. If you see it in yellow, it was last year's, and I'm assuming those exact things didn't happen again, so those will be deleted unless you tell them, me, oh yeah, of course the Financial Alliance had a remote monitoring webinar again. So please look back at your calendars from 25, and I just need the name of what you attended. I unhighlighted NISAC conference because I know that we went to that, and I'm highlighting Florida Resilience Network because I know we did that. But I just need you to let me know about those things. And then finally, any organizational liaison that you serve that also shows that we are connected throughout our community environmentally. So if it's unhighlighted, that means I think someone on this board does this thing. If it's highlighted, I can't remember if someone on the board does this thing. And if you do so, if you are sitting on any other boards, then we need to add it. So I circulated this earlier today. You can go in and do track changes. And I generally would then vote on this and approve it at the February meeting, and then Emily would present it to public safety in late February. Okay? Any questions?
It's on the letter of support in December.
We did. It to what?
I did it.
Yeah,
I don't think of any.
Right.
Oh, it was the, not me. For the grant, for the,
I can include that in, because I probably have a few.
I think it was in the minutes for December.
Yeah, it is. It's the.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
By the way, I didn't mention it, but we did get the DC, card spot back for the flood protection.
Oh, sweet.
Which one is that?
That is it's now called Kingston Flood Early Warning System. And we're going with Stevens Institute to create a flood forecasting system just for these.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool. All right, any other questions or concerns or comments on this?
I have one thing that's overlapping. The Hudson Valley Resiliency Network has a survey we're supposed to complete by the 16th. And we want to know, to hear about our flood resilience accomplishments, what we hope to work on in the year ahead, as well as any support that is needed. And I don't know if we did anything. Or is Clement Smart doing this, or?
I think I already,
Did you answer the survey?
I answered the survey
Oh, so I don't have.
on behalf of the city, but,
Kevin, did you get one? We went out on the 7th,
The 7th of January or 7th of December?
January,
Look.
and it's due on the 16th, so.
yeah, I mean, I've definitely already completed
We
it.
already did it? Okay.
It's just,
Look.
Is there,
still pay flight gauge, I mean, all the work that I'm doing at Kingston Point, the base grant, work that's happening on the bulkhead, a lot of things.
Okay,
But I already submitted all that.
is there anything that,
I don't know if there's anything that if you're on behalf of the CAC that you would submit that isn't already captured.
what about for next year, like the LWRC, RP? Sorry, we can't,
The grant is mentioned, you know.
no, I'm not talking about this, is should we,
No,
should we best,
in the survey,
yes,
2026, yeah, I think I included like the advancement of all the different projects that are happening along the waterfront.
mhm.
Can't remember if I included LWRP or not, probably. I don't know if I did.
Oh, this was the survey from
This one.
okay, no, yeah, okay, she did send it, and I haven't answered it.
Yeah, if we want to apply it, if I remember if I did.
Okay, all right.
We'll get to that.
Is there any other support? We don't really. And this is flood result, is this tidal flooding? Well, the flood valve, Hudson Valley Flood Resilience, it's mostly tidal flooding.
It's mostly like, there's effort to think beyond just title.
Okay. Right. I'm sorry for that. All right, thank you.
Yeah, sorry,
I would just say that.
December.
Okay. All right, so the action item for this is to go through this and add anything within two. So, for the NICEAG, should we list the certain ones we did or just the set? Yeah. Did you say that we put it on and we worked really hard on it?
No, I put it out of my brain, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm practicing humility. For something really.
okay, are there any communications?
No.
Okay. I have some announcements of events, so I'm gonna just tell you about them and then I print them out so you can look at them. First of all, there is the Midtown Thriving Plan is going to be released. It has been released and it's on Engage Kingston. This was looking at all the vacant abandoned properties and the area along the Broadway corridor considered Midtown. The work was done by Pattern for Progress. And looking at what could be done with the vacant abandoned properties. And there's a report that's out. They call it a plan. On Engage Kingston, there's a meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here at City Hall. And then written comments will be accepted January 31st. I didn't think that the CAC needed to comment on it, but if I want to comment, I could comment as an individual. Okay, so that was one announcement. I'm going to hand this out. The other two is on Thursday, the Care Institute of Ecosystem Care Institute in Millbrook is putting on, Doug Talamy is going to be the speaker, and Doug Talamy is the person who's really, really pushing native plants for making sure that we have food for birds and other things. And he has a new book on oaks, why we need oaks and how to save them. And that's a Zoom, so you just have to go to the Care Institute and sign up for the Zoom. He's an excellent speaker. It's really good. If you like trees, it's really good to take to look. And then on February 12th, these are both Thursdays. It looks like they're doing like the second and third Thursday. Laura Heedy is doing I Love a Rainy Night, the Rhythm of Forest Amphibians. And that is also at Cary on February 12th. And you can still sign up to go to them in person. They usually have the book and you can buy the book and get it signed and stuff like that. But They're really good talks. So I'll just pass that in. So those are my announcements. Does anyone else have any events? Okay. All right, reports and updates. Public safety would be at the end of the month unless they change the meeting. She's right, it's the last Wednesday here. Or the fourth Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I plan on attending.
That's the.
On the calendar for the 28th.
Okay.
It's 6:30.
January 20th. Okay. Finance Marquis, so nothing sensitive.
Comments on Kingston. We had, board interns at the last meeting, and they were, discussing, they have prepared a short survey that draws on the 2030 climate action plan, which they share with the commission. I believe that has a due date, doesn't it, Jimmy, very soon, like the 15th?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, there's a due date.
I'm sorry, what?
The survey closes on the 15th. They have a survey that they were requesting the commissioners fill out.
Yes.
And draws on the climate action plan. Specifically with regards to social impacts, and some of the commissioners will need a definition of that before they could get involved with it, so there's a discussion on that. That would also include greenhouse gas emissions, would be wrapped into that. I think there's been some movement on Roberto with the green hydrogen, right? The grant there's going to be a grant that's going to be applied for. Yeah, I don't have all the details on that handy, and I don't think I put them in the minutes.
We're looking into applying for hydrogen fuel.
Yeah, well,
Hydrogen fuel what?
Fueling station.
For hydrogen cars.
For hydrogen cars, which don't really exist on the East Coast. So, we may or may not know.
yeah, you know.
Hey, what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, but that's really, I'm reading the minutes here, and I see that's exactly why it didn't go into great detail.
Yeah, just.
Right, we do have a commissioner there,
The hydrogens are being used right now.
Right now,
Partially.
New York City has some hydrogen fuel vehicles and Rochester has some hydrogen fuel vehicles.
Rochester.
But commercial, so they're not like people driving around the United States with hydrogen fuel.
They have to have a fleet so they can fuel it. Is that right?
Well, you don't have to have a fleet, you just need to, you can have a vehicle, but you need to have a place to fuel it that you're not cycling. So.
I think it's more active on the West Coast.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think most of it, I did some research on this with Roberto, and Roberto was very well versed in the technical aspects.
Well, if there's gonna be a champion, should might as well be Kingston, right?
Yeah, well, I think that's what Roberto's
I've
close.
seen like the, backyard builds of these things, but I've never seen it.
Or you have to make hydrogen on site.
Yes.
Or get hydrogen delivered.
Yeah.
So.
And there may be governmental agencies that were working on this. I don't know if under the current administration if they still are or not, but that was a thing where we were running into security clearance where we wanted to visit sites and we were told no. Well, yeah. So that's a thing. And then there was a guy that has it set up in Princeton, New Jersey, in his garage or something, and he charges $400 to look at his garage. So we passed on that one. So it's had a few challenges, but we're following up on it. He's not giving up on hydrogen. He's So we'll see how it plays out the grant, but those would be two big. And then the rest of the meeting, I think we cover the usual topics: the Repair Cafe, resiliency initiatives, and social media postings. Some of the stuff we do here.
Do you have a date for the Repair Cafe?
Let me see if they announced that. Maybe we just quote and we passed it.
strictly interested for personal reasons, but
February, I don't have the date, but you know where you can get the dates, it's at, I think it's Repair Cafe HB.
so I know they, I looked yesterday, they
It didn't have the date, it isn't posted, well, then that's,
No.
yeah, it wasn't posted here then either.
Yeah,
They didn't give it to
okay.
us.
Thank you. Community preservation. Ulster County Environmental Management Council. We were supposed to have a Christmas party and it snowed. And they canceled it. So we didn't have a meeting in December, but the next one will be on the 28th. So Brendan has been going to those as a county employee. Are you still attending as a county employee?
I am, yeah. There was one in December. It was just really lame because it was supposed to be the Christmas party. We didn't really talk about much.
I thought it got canceled because of the snow.
It was moved on to Zoom.
Ah. No fun. No fun.
It was not fun. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't attend.
No, that's okay. You didn't miss anything.
No, but to correct the note, there was a meeting. on Zoom. Also, by the way, I would like to just take a minute because I just thought of it, Ben, the law in the state is that we have to attend here in person or tell people where we're going to be. And there has to be a quorum. And so Julie can explain the rest. So we are a very tight group right now. We only have 5 people, so we have to have 3 people here for the quorum. Right, we only have 3 people.
Could be remote and then capture to quorum, but 3 people have to be in the room.
So, anyway, that's Dick. So,
Do I count for that or no?
no,
Only about 40
just
members.
us, yeah.
Okay.
So not Julie either.
It's the number of numbers divided by 2 plus 1.
That would be in the room.
Yeah, so that's,
Which is the majority.
2.5 plus, that's 3.5 people. I don't know if 3.5 people is 4 or 3.
No, it's 3. It's just the majority.
Okay.
We talked about this a while ago. It's just- Yeah.
Okay. Community preservation.
So I don't know the numbers in front of me, but Julie went over the real estate transfer tax and the total amount of money that we have in that fund, which was some amount that I don't have.
I might have it.
I can't even like think of the ballpark. 200?
Same thing.
While doing that, we also went over the historic preservation side of things, which is complicated and not really something that other, I call it CPAP, the Community Preservation Advisory Board. Not other advisory boards have really delved into too much, it seems. We also kind of talked about, each member of the CPAC taking on, not quite a liaison role, but like a communication role with other CPACs to understand how they're working. Anything else? I'm excited to put the historic stuff on hold a little bit, because we don't.
Yeah, one of the key issues with that is, the planning department, they're working on a historic preservation plan and applied for a grant and, that will inform what that other board will do, the Community Preservation Advisory Board. We don't want to jump out ahead of, Suzanne and Ethan and Kyle, and then realize we're in the wrong place. They're going here and we're going over there. That won't be good. No. So we need to coordinate efforts with what they're doing.
Great.
And we wanted number. You said $274,501.97.
Nice.
It's getting
Solid.
And the Community Preservation Advisory Board, Jen was talking to other towns that have it. And the thing is that it's only allowed in Long Island and some community, and in Knott's Valley. So it's a it's fairly new, to the Hudson Valley especially.
And that 275,000 was generated how many months or years?
Starting December 15th of 24.
It's about a year.
That's 1.25% on real estate transfers over the median county sales price, which is 425,000.
Which is a moving target, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we get some really big transactions, some kind of smaller ones.
So that's really.
Yes, that we can use for land protection
Yeah,
plans.
we're working on mapping, and the big to-do is policies and procedures. So that when somebody approaches us, we have policies and procedures in place. It's just not, we're not ad-libbing it as we go along. Right.
That's been parts, we're the only city with this. Everyone else is a rural town, so it's very different.
I see, yeah. So
Yeah.
having to invent your own wheel.
Yeah, we have one member who's on the local Valley Land Trust that's doing mapping. And that person is interested in bringing, because of the local Valley Board, they're interested in trying to get the local Valley Rail Trail into Kingston off-road, which is a project I worked on to the point where you'll bang your head against the wall. And in fact, it was a difficult assemblage. And Open Space Institute said it was too difficult to assemblage and well out way.
Wow.
So the studies have been done on it, and if you're interested in the mapping on it, that I have it.
Yeah, and
And the reports that go along with the mapping. They haven't turned that out, the mapping into boards, I mean, previous stuff that was done.
And the point she's making is like, it's one thing to preserve a farm, but we have smaller parcels and.
Yes, we've been talking about like these big park deserts, so areas that are not within walking distance to parks. How we can maybe bring them parks and then also areas that will improve the activities of connecting to parks. Those are just two of the things we've done.
And the study has an interest in getting reimbursed or having bond paid off on the Kingston Wilderness site with the fund.
So just before the real estate transfer tax was approved, we purchased 70 acres of land in the southern part of Kingston, which is the largest open space conservation effort they've had in the city to date.
Yeah.
But we'd like to pay that back with this fund.
And so our board only makes recommendations to common council decides how to use the funds.
I see.
The common council approved paying for the 70 acres, bonding for it, with this assumption that ideally this real estate transfer tax will give that back once we approve that amount of money.
I see.
What was that amount of money?
440.
Okay.
So we're up to 275, it could be coming, this current year, it could be coming in your session, one of your sessions, later.
Right, Kingston Organics.
Kingston Organics, going great. Registration for phase 2 is still going strong. We're up to 420 families registered.
Nice.
And phase 1, which is the drop off, is also going strong. We're up to 89.44 tons of food waste diverted. My trucks, I heard that we ordered 2 electric garbage packers to be able to move towards purchasing or doing the food scraps. And one of them is the chassis part is done.
Oh.
We're not expecting much till in June, so, it's going great.
And we talked about this last time, if you're backyard composting and you still want to do that, you should just keep doing it and don't sign up for curbside pickup.
Yep. It's free for us, you compost in your backyard, not free if we take it,
It's free for the taxpayer.
free for the taxpayer, that's true. Yeah.
Can you get a tour of the trucks when they come in?
Tour of the trucks, what does that mean to you?
Can we see the packers? Can we jump on the track?
Nope.
Right around?
Nope.
Can we look inside the cab?
Maybe.
Oh.
Can we have it as a display at the Earth Fair? We'll be ready.
Well, that's a cool idea.
Ideally, I would have the buckets for the earth fair and you just put in the buckets at the earth fair. But for that to happen, you need that lot, I don't want to do so. We'll see. They're designing what the logo look like on the side, if anyone wants to.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of doing
I would love to
what
see
the
it.
Kingston Organics logo should look like.
Hmm. Have you made the O into a piece of fruit yet?
I've done 0,
Oh, okay.
so the O is a 0 for.
Oh.
Pretty catchy.
Motion to adjourn.
We have quorum for the 10th.
February 10th. God, that's so soon.
I'm just putting out there that my son is now competitively downhill skiing and should be doing sectionals. It's that day, so if I have to cancel, I have to cancel.
So we hope you have to cancel.
We hope that.
Yeah, we do.
We set up
That's
this
cool.
competition tonight, and that's it. 32 seconds, you do everything in the triathlon,
32 seconds? Wow.
32 seconds.
That's amazing.
Ski at Holiday, which is like in Monticello,
I know, but do we really snow?
probably. I know some 32 seconds on grass, feel like we're inside.
Artificial snow.
Is there anyone else that knows that if they can't come on that day?
I believe it was.
Right. Thank you, you kept.
I motion to adjourn.
I say yes.
You want to second it?
Yeah.
I said it before, but then we started talking.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, we got it. So,